Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome back to Surviving Mars. Now, my last playthrough, all of the disasters were broken and they weren't happening. So in this playthrough, according to patch notes, that's fixed. I want a different mission sponsor though, so I'm thinking Japan. And with Japan, I'm actually going to switch this now for reasons of, according to the start description, we start with 2 rockets, but we don't actually. So let's switch this to the futurist and then we'll kind of go over it. So starting condition, 6 billion, 1 starting rocket. It actually showed 2 a second ago. That's why we flipped it. Starting applicants, 50. Research per soul, 100. Rare metal prices, well, 20. Wasp drones which fly and they go faster. Automated metal extractors. Rovers, cost and weigh 50% less. Exploring sectors grant research points, and all specialists perform better. Applicant generation is reduced as a drawback. So, the futurist, it makes automated sensors. And with exploring sectors granting research, I just think they go hand in hand. Now, for the mystery and the rivals, we're going to leave them alone. Game rules, I think we're going to take active plates, so we get tremors down below. And we're going to take Chaos Theory because I think it adds a lot of flavor to the game. Now, for the actual events, we're going to take Winter's Coming Twister, Rebel Call, Rebel Yell, the Inflation Hunger, Dust in the Wind, and Amateurs. We're going to pass on the longest ride in the last arc because I think lots of people would actually go to Mars if they could. And waiting 10 days for a rocket to fly one way, well, it doesn't jive. So we're going to pass them. It starts me out with 700. Getting a look at our actual rocket, it's pink. The pink has to go, not my color. And for our prefabs, drone hub, fuel refinery, moisture evaporator, and Stirling generator are absolutely fine. We'll stay with those. We don't need 2 commanders off the bat. We'll take another one later, but for right now, let's take a transport so we can move around electronics to get all of our sensors. Let's drop down our machining parts and our polymers so we can get a couple of orbital drones because we want to scan for water right off the bat and maybe see a little bit bigger area to land in. And we'll take 2 Wasp drones just to kind of maintain what we've got since we're not taking that extra commander. Next. So I've rolled this like 8 or 9 times looking for a start location, and every single start location I've found ended up looking the same as the last one. So I'm going to look for a spot that's, well, not steep because I already know this one looks exactly like my last playthrough and I don't really want it to look the same. I just saw like an 830 in here. Again, steep. So what I'm worried about is that all steep is the same type of terrain. Maybe there's only like 3 map types, which I mean, if that's the case, I'm a little bit bummed that there's only 3. So we're at 845 here, -10 Celsius, steep, okay on metals, low on concrete, high on water. I'm gonna roll it. If it looks the same as last time, I'm gonna do the same as before, which is just re-roll the map and start over again. But here we go, let's get started. All right, welcome to Mars indeed. Hey, this area actually looks different than my last playthrough. Anomaly found right off the bat. We're actually right up here is where we found the anomaly. With the ability that tech will actually, or scanning sectors will reveal technology, let's check our tech. Dream reality right off the bat, Project Morpheus, that could be good. Meteor defense, we will queue that up because what we're looking for is surface heaters. Fueled extractors, not very useful. Adaptive Martian engineering, rockets and shuttles require less fuel, yes. And water conservation, yeah, we'll take that. And we will go ahead and queue up greenhouse Mars. What is this? Self-sufficient lighting. Could be interesting later on. Let's go ahead and get fueled extractors before we get the actual dream reality. Now that we've got that, we can drop some probes, and we're looking for water, and we really, would there be an anomaly there? If we've got metals nearby, yeah, it says metals and rare metals are here. And we did get more concrete, but not actual metals. Let's see if we can find water real quick. This says water. There's our water. Let's see up here. Again, we have metals and water. Water here? What? Nothing. The game's tripping out on me. Concrete. And we got one more. Come on, give me metals. This might be a hard start. Well, I know it's going to be like an interesting start nonetheless. All right, future analysis needed there. And new technologies here. We want to be... We'll drop it right here. That will get us in between those two concrete. Go ahead and close this out. We do need to scan some sectors, but we will kind of speed up time just a little bit while our rocket drops down so we can take a look at the actual rovers coming out as it scorches the ground. Ooh, look at them roll off the conveyor. All right, back out to the actual map. We want to go ahead and queue up scanning all this area. And what I'm thinking is the first thing we should get down is an actual sensor tower before we queue up anything else. And from there, let's get our fuel refiner down and a pipe to connect it to the actual moisture evaporator. And with that, we should be able to start actually placing down things like, well, we need the Stirling generator. That should get things started. Now we can get our actual concrete extractor down. Now what I'm thinking is we do have two concrete locations nearby. We're going to go ahead and place two of them in total. Something about like this for power. And our next concrete, we'll go ahead and place it like right outside the range of that. And now just some cables. And I'm okay with them just running at night as we're going to have two of them. That should take care of our need for concrete. Let's get a storage down. We'll go with the universal depot first on selecting fuel because, well, meteorites will happen now. And I've at least played long enough to confirm disasters do happen before I decided to go ahead and try this again. Let's get metals, concrete, and then a fuel depot down. And what I'm thinking is, as soon as we get enough concrete to build an actual landing pad, we'll send for some supply drops. Let's scan these two anomalies and let's load up any minerals we can, and then we'll grab electronics. Did install a mod. I figured out how to do it. It increases our speed from 3 and 5 for medium and fast to 5 and 10 for medium fast. So if I actually speed up time, it will actually move instead of kind of creep, which is good. So instead of having big, long, drawn-out periods of time, we can actually progress things. Let's go ahead and close out our tooltips real quick, and let's look at our actual milestones and mission profile. Now, for the milestone, we got finding water, which we wanted. Scan anomalies happening. Launch a rocket. We'll do that this episode. Construct a dome. I think we're going to try to get that done this episode. First human on Mars, I want to get before everybody else. First Martian born, produce food, and research a breakthrough. Those are the actual challenges to get because the rest of these the AI really doesn't go after. For our mission profile, have 6 sensor towers, which we're going to do because, well, that's why we picked the futurist. Build a machining, polymer, and electronics factory for a Martian university. We'll do that just because, hey, we can use a university. Have 40 Martian-born specialists. Again, we're going to do it. 200 sponsor research per soul. That's pretty big. And then deep scan 100 sectors for a mega triangle dome prefab. Yes, please. That's actually pretty sexy. And produce 2,000 advanced resources for 2 billion. Yep, it's going to be fun. Now, we've got this going. As soon as it gets up to 10, so we'll go ahead and speed up time so that we can actually do this. We're going to grab our electronics. 9's probably fine. Let's go ahead and grab those. And we're going to go ahead and get anomaly analyze. We finished up our actual research and we got a milestone for doing the anomaly. So let's take a look at the actual...
More to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
Treasure trove of knowledge and wonder. We get the ability for Earth-Mars Institute and microfusion. As well as we researched our first tech. Unlocks the scrubbing. And unlocks the microfusion. That's actually not that we'll be able to build that for a long time, but I mean, that's pretty powerful. It also unlocked utility crops. We want to focus in physics and we want to focus in biotech because we want the actual farm and we want the surface heaters as quick as possible. But we're going to try to have 5 queued up at all times. 5 skills, that is. And Earth-Mars Initiative, 100 actual research per soul. Let's move that to the top because, well, 10 days and that pays itself off. Flat out and simple. Our first concrete extractor is done. We're getting our next actual anomaly researched. And I'm thinking probably right around here, we build our first sensor tower. Uneven ground. All right, we'll place it over there. Let's send our commander and our, not our explorer, our transport. Another anomaly was found. Let's go ahead and queue that up in his actual track there. He's about to finish. Ooh, let's clear these off before we take a look at that anomaly.
The probe's drill had hit 100 meters before it detected a spike in temperature. The data tells us it was ignited magnesium compounds.
Reduces the cost of robotics tech by 10%. We will take that. Now, for this, may lead to a breakthrough. Well, we know that when it says it may lead to it, it's probably going to. Hopefully, it's something useful, and hopefully, it's not biorobotics. All right, this one's actually down. Let's get another one. I think it was like right in here's 250. Yeah, we'll go right there. And looks like other side of the sun. Let's place this. Yeah, we'll place it right there. Get these guys moved over. Now, requires your attention is required. So, while sifting through the red dust, our drones discover the remains of an old concrete bunker. What? Why is there a bunker on Mars? So we can either thank you, glorious leader, and we can gain 10 recharge station prefabs, or and reveal Robotic Street. Could be interesting, but the recharge stations are irrelevant nowadays. We can thank you, glorious leader, gain 4 water towers, 4 oxygen tank prefabs, and reveal engineering. That sounds actually a lot better than the recharge stations. Or we can thank you, glorious leader, and gain 40 statue prefabs and gain social. So robotics is more valuable to me than engineering, but the recharge stations are kind of irrelevant. Free water towers and oxygen actually is useful, and the statues are not useful. Let's go ahead and take that. Now, that wasn't my actual breakthrough. That was just something else, I guess. Martian-born gain 10% performance. Now, that's going to be good no matter what, but what we want to actually do is we're going to drop off the scrubbing technology so we can bump this up to the top so we get actually researching a breakthrough faster. These guys are ready to actually get queued, and we can speed up time a little bit. Let's go ahead and bring him closer in, and we can probably build our landing pad now. Enough concrete. We found another anomaly. Again, leads to a breakthrough. Yes, please. Let's go ahead and send them over there, and let's get our first supply pod. I'm thinking moisture vaporator right off the bat and a fuel refinery. We'll go ahead and launch those. Once they're dropped, we'll get a Stirling generator, but we need this to be cleared. And we want, oh, we already have a metal and a, yeah, metals and a concrete. So those are good.
Resources are low.
Yeah, resources will be low. And as for this guy, come on, roll the dice and give me something good. I want unbreakable cables, maybe? Just saying. Would be interesting. Resilient vegetation. Halves the temperature and water. Okay, that's good because I want to go for a terraforming game. I want to see if I can have breathable atmosphere by day 100. Don't know if it can actually happen or not, but at least that's a useful tech for what I want. These guys are down. Let's drop. Oh, this isn't ready. There we go. Let's drop that guy down. Research complete. Milestone achieved. Salvage the actual thing. We got our actual breakthrough and we got a milestone for it. We got our sponsor goal. Ooh, leads to the Hawking Institution. Research generates research faster than a research lab. Yes, please. Low-G engineering. I'm speechless. So if we get this, we could immediately go for a medium dome and actually skip a small dome. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move that up the actual roster. I think that's a really good idea. And as for... let's get the physics back lined up so that we can get back on looking for surface heater. Now, these guys haven't cleared out yet, and let's actually do what I was talking about doing, which is getting another sensor tower. Looks like this area is in the 300s. This area is a little bit cut off. I'm thinking like right around here for our next sensor tower. Let's go ahead and bring our drone commander and our actual transport over. Now, have they cleared off this? They have not. And there's no priority button here, so I can't tell it, hey, do this. Let's get a supply drop with 2 Sterling generators. And what else do we have room for? Couple electronics and 1 machining part. That'll have to work. Knocks us down to 1.8 billion. I'm thinking that we can make that do. I want to get as much as we can before inflation kicks off. And I got to tell you, we do have a metal down here, which we'll be able to actually use. And then is that a Vista? That is. So this may not be bad. If we can get like a triangle dome right here, this will give us metals for our machining factory, and it will give us metals for a while. And we can use the automated to keep it going. Got waters up here. We've got rare metals, so we kind of have room for 2 domes. Let's check up here. Our sensor is done. And this area is pretty well set now. This is our 400 right here. It looks like right here's kind of the edge. So let's plan on a sensor tower right here. So let's get these guys sent over. Let's go ahead and slow it down a little bit because it looks like our rocket is ready to head back home. Oh, that's right. We researched the tech that made it cheaper. Instead of 50 fuel, it's only 30. Yeah, let's launch that. We need to drop this, but we need an actual commander here. So let's send the commander over to our actual spot for a second there. We'll close off our actual, or what we can close off, that is. And low-G engineering, we have the ability to make the medium dome. Now that we can do that, we have resilient architecture, which is out of dome buildings, require less maintenance, and the polymer, low-G hydrosynthesis. Ooh, those are both really good. Let's do microfusion so we can try to get what we need over there. Let's go ahead and speed up time a little bit. We'll drop our supply drop right where the rocket was as soon as it decides there's not a rocket there anymore, since that land is already burned. And I think we need... well, all right, so salvage that. We should have, yeah, 2 Sterling generators. What we'll do is we will place our drone hub kind of right here in the middle. And we're going to go ahead and place a Sterling generator just to kind of get that going. And then what we'll do is we'll get our next fuel. So we need the actual moisture vaporator. We'll go, yeah, right there looks good. And we'll want a pipe just to kind of connect it. Last but not least, we just need, if I could get on the right page, that fuel refiner. Not enough power, which is fine. We can place it there, and we'll place our next Stirling generator right there. Good. What do we need now? We need some polymers, I'm thinking. Because looking at the actual dome, for the medium one, we need 15 polymers. And what I'm hoping is too far from the drone commander. Ooh. We put it here, the first one? Yeah, maybe we put our first one there. That might be like a really, really good way, and then we'll work our way this way, because we want those minerals. In worst case scenario, with those minerals, we can put an automated just to bring them up. That might be what we have to do, because in all reality, the underground, the rare metals is probably more valuable to get us electronics to maintain things. So we need to either find polymers on the surface, or we need to import polymers. That's where my mind is going. Let's send our commander over here now. We have our drone hub.
Research complete.
And we've got some research complete from scanning a sector. So looks like our actual greenhouse Mars, our GHG, greenhouse gases factory. That makes sense. And planetary product unlocks seed vegetation. Okay, that's actually kind of good. Let's go for low G next, just to kind of keep everything full. That's probably the plan. Let's send our actual explorer over here. And where do we need next? Let's send our transport over here. And I already think that our actual commander's going over there. Wow, I sent my explorer over here to build that sensor tower all by him lonesome. Sometimes I smart. Just saying. And we need some poly. So let's do 10 polymer, 10 mechanical parts, 10 electronics. Part of me wants a safari just in case we get a anomaly. Probably should take, let's take 2 moisture vaporators. Gives us room for 2 Stirling generators. That puts us out of money. I think that we just risk it with that. Then we look for a way to actually produce money, aka, you know, this rare metals. And we go to town. Or we find an anomaly that gives something tasty. Let's go ahead and speed up time while that happens. Excellent. What do we need here? Just the polymer, right? Is that what all we need? Did I not launch my actual...
Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, I launched a rocket. I am a bonehead. I meant to do a supply drop. Let's queue these up.
Approaching.
Hey, and with that, we have our first disaster, a dust storm. Moxie's moisture vaporators and solar panels won't work outside of domes. I didn't know solar panels could go inside of domes. Oh, I'm a bonehead. That is what that is. That's fine. Hopefully we can get our rocket back up in order to get it back here in time that we can actually beat everybody else to getting people on Mars. Enough waffle. It looks like our commander is done.
Research complete.
Got another research down here. Let's look for the edge of our actual area. It looks like right here. Let's get these guys sent over, get our next sensor tower, head over to this anomaly, get our actual explorer over there. And it said we researched a technology. Now, what type of is this? It's towards our research goal. So, goal complete. And looking at our actual profile, got our 6 sensor towers. I don't think we're going to get too many more of these done this episode, but at least, you know, we'll work on getting them all down. We got, at least for our milestones, we at least got the first 3, which, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. And then we got our research and breakthrough. Hopefully we get construct our dome and first human. Might have made mistakes towards that. Now, where did our guys go? All right, this sensor tower's down and our rocket is back. All right, get unloaded so you can go back, so you can pick up people. Ooh, anomaly, analyze. We researched our scrubbing. Brings us up to the next one, which is nuclear fusion. Absolutely one of the... I don't care for it. That's all I'm going to say. Let's get farming automation just so we can actually try to find a farm, and let's go for automatic storage. Automated storage, that is, so that we can have bigger storage bins. Bigger storage, always better. Playing another game right now on the channel, Clan Folk, and all I can always say on there is food good, and that's kind of what this is. Bigger storage is good because food good, and that about goes for everything, you know? Alright, another sector scanned with nothing in it. These guys are ready to be moved to the next location. I'm thinking like right in here. This should bring us to the edge of our actual... Ooh, look at that. I think that's geysers. Let's place it up there. This should bring us to the edge of where we want them, and it looks like we only have enough for, well, 3 more in total, 2 more after this. So that's pretty good. Let's start queuing up these sectors. And I gotta tell you, having 10 times speed instead of 5 times, I actually feel the push to actually stay up with things now. Excellent. Another breakthrough. Come on, give me something tasty. And it looks like my guys have just finished their building. Let's bring them back home, as I don't really want them out and about in case there's a dust storm or meteorite storm or something like that. And then what we'll look at is building a ramp down. I think that's the route to go. So, ramp, we'll start it like right there. We'll take it right there. It does give us some excess waste rock. Microfusion is done. Brings us to interplanetary astronomy, the Omega telescope. Give some new breakthroughs. That's kind of cool. Again, 300 electronics. It's kind of irrelevant right now. It means something else later on that probably should have costed 2,000 research is going to cost 20,000. There's goods and bads to chaos theory, guys. There's goods and bads, and that's a bad. Getting that one early on, that is not anything worthwhile. Our dust storm has started. Meteor storm, yes. So when is the meteor storm? It's in 3 souls.
Breakthrough discovered.
And we have a breakthrough. Uncover an extremely rich underground metal deposit. Not terribly useful, but we'll take it at some point in time. We don't need that for the milestone anymore, as we already got the one, and as this was underground deposit, it probably means that it's a deep one. Yeah, deep metal deep in the crust. So we probably won't be useful until we get deep extraction. Dust storm has started. Our dome, what are we missing? We're missing concrete, and we have no way of getting concrete because of the actual storm. All right, what I'm thinking is let's do power cables up to our Stirling generator there. We'll go ahead and bring power cables this way, and we'll place some switches here. Oh, that was close. And we'll place a switch here so that when the actual storm is done, we can reclose this Stirling generator and we can turn off those valves so that in case we get a power leak, it doesn't affect us too much. That will get us the concrete we need. Can't launch the rocket, but it's ready. Ugh.
Sector scan.
And next, our low G hydrosynthesis is done. Brings us to storage compression, which is good. Yeah, let's not queue that up for the time being. Let's go ahead and queue up. Yeah, let's get that core metal breakthrough. we're in good shape, guys, getting started. We've had 2 disasters. This is promising for the series. Scrolling out, we've got a good chunk of the actual scanning done. Let's go ahead and queue up some more. And as this, at least our dust storm rolls to an end, I think that this is a good spot to go ahead and call this episode. I'd like to thank you guys for joining. Let me go ahead and slow down speed. If you liked the episode, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment so I, know that you guys like what I'm doing. And we'll see you in the next episode where we're hopefully going to bring some people to Mars. Bye now.